Has fare evasion become like an epidemic? Has it become so common now that we expect it every day in the streets of London? On the streets of London, driving our red bus, we expected to find people asking for two stops, asking to get on the bus for free. They don't do that in a sweet shop, in a supermarket. They don't do that even at the train stations. But they will do it on a bus, because bus drivers, along with TfL, has made it a lot more easier for people to get a free ride. The other day I had 3 young people, not one of them had a pass, and I did have a little go at them. At the time, there were TfL inspectors on board, and so I let them get on so that the inspectors will deal with them. When I spoke to the inspectors after, they said there's nothing they can do. It wasn't even night time. It wasn't as if it was like a time when the children are vulnerable. There wasn't even children. They were like, probably 15, that kind of age. There's a thing that they say we're supposed to let them on because they could be vulnerable. But the thing is, what's happening is society, it seems like we are going downhill. Because for them to be out on the street, it shouldn't be TfL or the bus drivers, shouldn't be their remit to look after them. If they're out on the street without a bus pass and without a fare to travel from A to B, that's down to? That's down to their parents. So the parents has got them out in a vulnerable state. Unless that person is homeless, that person has some mental illness, some other vulnerability. Other than that, most children, they're out on the streets, they've got parents, and the parents have put them out on the street without a pass, without means to travel from A to B. Don't take it for granted that the young people in London get free travel. That free travel is only qualified, you only get that free travel when you go through the process. What is the process? You apply for a pass, you keep that pass once you get it, and you use that pass. You must use that pass on the machine. That is the process of your free ride. Your free ride is not nothing outside of that. Is that fair? Of course it's fair, because you're getting free travel. You're getting travel for £10 basically, for 7. You can probably change your pass a couple of times, but you're getting travel for next to nothing. You can travel as much as you want up and down the place. So the responsibility of the children being on the street is not down to the bus driver, not down to TfL. That's my opinion. It's down to the actual parents who's got their kids out on the street. Let's get back to the parent taking responsibility and the children using their common sense. Don't go out on the street to travel A to B when you haven't got no means of travel. When you get your means of travel, your parents give you the money to travel, then you go and travel. That's how we need to get back to that. We just start teaching young people that they don't get something for free without doing nothing to get that freeness. And when I say the parents need to give them their money, that's when they don't have their pass. They could be waiting for their pass, they could have applied for their pass, or they could even have not applied for their pass. They're supposed to have money, a means of travel, a debit card, a travel card, or an oyster that's paid for before they travel. That's the information and that's the knowledge. Do what you like with the knowledge.